Imaginary Goddess here. So I'm back today with another one of the Loot Anime monthly boxes. So this month we have a pretty small box comparatively. Usually we have a more squarish box, which I don't have on hand, so afraid I really can't show size difference. But this is more like a smaller rectangular box. So we're going to go ahead and open it up. I believe it's some type of horror theme this month, but we'll double check on that. So I open it, and looks like we have some earthquake thing here, and we're greeted by a t-shirt straight off the bat. Ooh, it is a Twin Star Exorcist, I believe. So it's a pretty interesting shirt here. It's a Crunchyroll shirt. It actually has a little tag. Sosei no Amioji. Twin Star Exorcist. So you actually have a tag. There's the full design. It features both of the protagonists. Probably not the kind of anime shirt I would typically buy, but it's not too bad, I suppose. Then we're greeted by what looks like a Bleach watch. Don't really want to ruin this. So, okay, there you go. And then, there you go. So looks like a Bleach watch with the hollow, or Ichigo, I believe. There you go, the back of it. It's a loot crate and everything. Made in China. Looks like it's some type of fabric like strap and the dial and whatnot. I'm not really a big fan of anime watches, and of course you have a set of instructions with what to do with it. I'm not a big fan of anime watches and whatnot, so it's not really appealing to me, but it's cool regardless. So some Loot Crate exclusive Tokyo Ghoul. I guess they're acrylic charms. It looks like it has a stand too. So acrylic figures slash charms slash keychain. So pretty interesting. You have Kaneki, I believe, and Toko. And then we have a manga for One Punch Man. And looks like this was kind of jammed in here. It's kind of a little slightly bended there, but Shonen Jump. And I believe this is not the cover, and so you have probably exclusive Loot Crate cover. Yeah, so there you go with that. And then we have the hollow or half mask cell phone charm that you typically get poster. And I guess this is supposed to open like this, since it's supposed to be the red moon, darkness, and evil, whatnot. So, opening this up with a neat little poster that is for the theme. So this should be, no, that's the bottom half. Looks like she's on top of a dragon of some sort. And then, there you go. So it looks like an Amioji. She has her half mask, so chickens keychain, she's attacking some dragons, and here she's on top of the dragon after having defeated it. So I always kind of like those posters. Okay, so it's not like a haunting, it's DEMI-HUMAN. Halloween is fast approaching, so what better time to celebrate those who are more than monsters but less than human? This month's DEMI-HUMAN theme features some of the greatest warriors in anime and manga with all exclusive loot. Okay, so all that stuff there, and it is... The first item is One Punch Man Volume 1. Let's see what I can... One Punch Man is a surprise viral hit about Saitama, a man who decides to be a hero but accidentally becomes the strongest man ever. Able to easily defeat any monster, he finds that this leads to an empty feeling inside as he searches for someone worthy of fighting him. We love this series and know you will too. The first volume features a variant cover, using artwork from the Japanese edition of the One Punch Man manga. The Tokyo Ghoul Standee Keychain set. Tokyo Ghoul takes place in an alternate reality inhabited by ghouls, creatures who look human but must eat people to survive. Most humans are not aware of their presence, but Ken Kaneki finds out about them after he survives a ghoul attack and is himself transformed into a half-ghoul. We love these Ken and Toka keychains, which can be transformed into creepy little standees. Okay. Twin Star Exorcist t-shirt. It's about the Rokuro Enmato and Benio Adashino, two powerful young exorcists who, despite hating each other's guts, are destined to get married and have the ultimate exorcist child. Both Rokuro and Benio lose limbs in their fights, having them replaced with magical monstrous arm and legs, respectively. We knew these cool words would make an imposing tee. Bleach Watch. Bleach follows the exploits of Ichigo, a seemingly normal young man who begins to inherit the powers of a Soul Reaper, a powerful guardian that fights evil spirits. Along the way, he discovers that he is not as normal as he seems. Bleach is one of the top requested franchises, so we're very excited to see this beautiful watch, which features Ichigo's Zangetsu sword as one of the hands. Oh, I didn't even notice that. Embrace DEMI-HUMAN phone charm. Embrace your dark side with this DEMI-HUMAN phone charm in the shape of Yume's broken kitsune mask. What powers will it unlock? Okay, so right off the bat, I'm going to say that a lot of people will probably be disappointed just because I don't think there's as many items as there normally is, or maybe there is, and you'd have to look at the old videos to compare. But the box is smaller, so if this wasn't your first box, or maybe even second, you'd be used to bigger boxes, so you'd be like, oh, okay, so why is the box getting smaller? I'm not sure how many people actually like these kind of things here, the watches and whatnot. I'm not a big fan of anime watches, and I don't think most people would probably buy one. They're kind of nice and gimmicky, but sure enough, one of the swords is one of the hands, which is neat. But anime watches is, I guess I don't think they're as popular, but I don't know. I could be wrong. This thing barely fits in here. So these acrylic things are pretty cool. I've become a big fan of acrylic figures and whatnot recently. I'm not too fan of the chibi thing, but acrylic figures I think are getting bigger and bigger in Japan. I see them more and more in that they're faithful representations of the character. And they're kind of like, for display and whatnot. And most people buy figures to display anyway, and some figures, you could argue, not very good representations with the scope and whatnot. But you're bringing a 2D character into a 3D dimension, so it's kind of understandable, whereas this kind of keeps the faithfulness of the design of the characters. One Punch Man, I'm sure many people love One Punch Man. Having read pretty far into it, I think it's gotten kind of dull. I mean, I did stop before some of the latest stuff, so I can't speak for a lot of the latest chapters and whatnot, but I've read past where the anime stopped. I wasn't too impressed, and I did read it before watching the anime, so that was one of the reasons why I was not as excited about it, but I can see why some people may be very excited about the series or really like the series, because it is kind of different. It's like an I don't know if it's the right word, thesis of whatever the genre is. So it kind of just turns the genre on its head, which is interesting to people because apparently that hasn't really been done in mainstream, or at least not done very well. So One Punch Man is not too bad, it's just not my kind of thing. I do think the cover is pretty interesting, though it probably should have had Saitama somewhere, so it would make more sense, but whatnot, and then we have the fan servicey backside. Keychain charms are always cool. I'm not really a big fan of them, but I know a lot of people are. I'm glad to see the return of the shirt. I love shirts. So even though this is not my kind of design, it's pretty cool, I guess, still. My problem with shirts with this kind of thing is so you have this, if you ever try to make your own t-shirt, most companies kind of give you a square to put your image on. That's definitely really fits into it. So I don't really like when you have, at least when you show the square like this, because you kind of show the limits of the shirt. And I also like shirts with more of a full print that can go all the way down here or around, because those are more expensive, but they're harder to get, but they also look a lot better. regardless of most of the design on them. But overall, I'm glad that we got the return of the shirts. I do like the shirt, and it looks like Crunchyroll is printing their own shirts now, or they might have their own facility for it. So that's pretty cool. We should probably be expecting more things like that. Overall, I don't think this is a very impressive box. Well, the box art itself is impressive, but as far as the monthly box is concerned, I don't think a lot of people are going to be impressed with it. But it is now with the discount about $20 a month, so it's not too bad. You're not really throwing your money away. You're definitely getting your value for it, like more than whatever they say is the MSRP value of the box. So, still, I think it's still a fun box. I definitely would recommend it just because of the cost, and especially if you have a Crunchyroll membership. And because it's affiliated with Crunchyroll now, you could probably expect to see more Crunchyroll branded stuff, which is not too bad because I like the quality of Crunchyroll. They're not too bad. So, with that said, this has been Asher Magic Goddess. If you want to get your own loot anime, go ahead and check them out. There should be a link in the description below, and you can go ahead and get your own if you like it. And if not, hopefully next month will be impressive for you. And yeah, just let us know what you think. And this has been Asher Magic Goddess. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you all next time.